The title of it was Why Does Everybody Hate Anne Hathaway?
Despite the fact that she just won an Oscar, she's been getting so much angry scrutiny.
Probably just really insecure deep down.
And you try to shut it off, and I couldn't.
What betrayal shook Anne to her core?
2 weeks later, he was sent to prison.
Do you really want to do this, Jackman?
I remember sinking onto her living room floor.
How do you not let that get to you?
It does get to me.
And why was Anne desperate for what Hugh Jackman had?
How do you do that? What is your secret?
There was not a day when Annie didn't do something that completely blew us away.
Sit down, sit down.
You know, it's kind of all on the line now. I'm his and he's mine. I hadn't learned to love myself yet.
Growing up, Anne was shy and insecure.
Happiness, it just seemed like it could never happen to me.
Anne used acting as an escape from her pain.
It meant that I got to leave this moment and be someone else. I disliked myself so intensely.
Unable to love herself, Anne put her love and trust in someone else.
Anne Hathaway's Prince Charming was Raffaello Folieri, who she met when she was just 21.
However, her love was built on lies.
Hathaway's prince was a con man, arrested in 2008 for defrauding investors out of millions.
I broke up with my Italian boyfriend, and 2 weeks later, he was sent to prison for fraud.
Anne was heartbroken.
I was in shock. I didn't have anywhere to go afterwards, so I went to a friend's house, and I remember sinking onto her living room floor.
Once again, Anne escaped into her work. Little did she know, a friend was about to come to the rescue.
Annie, come and give me a hand.
No.
Don't take long, just trust me.
You are the most phenomenally talented performer. Sit down, sit down.
While working on the movie Les Mis, they underwent an intense journey together.
To play Fantine, I'd lost a lot of weight in a very small amount, in about 2 weeks.
I didn't drink any liquids of any kind for 36 hours.
I know how to get through that, but this was challenging in an entirely new way.
Hugh had everything she wanted, the perfect relationship, the perfect image.
Why are you so motivated to be modest? Because there's not an ounce of ego inside of you.
Nobody's perfect, but you have to admit Hugh Jackman comes pretty close.
How do you do that? What is your secret?
But Anne soon came to realize Hugh had his own insecurities.
I don't think I've ever felt, I can walk through that one. Oh, that's easy. So probably just really insecure deep down.
You have nothing to be insecure about. Oh my God, you're just a dream.
He was the first one to see something special in her.
There was not a day when Annie didn't do something that completely blew us away.
I must thank Hugh Jackman. Hugh, you're the best.
She should have been on top of the world, but sickness and self-doubt held her back.
I was just not in a grounded place in my life. It took a really long time to come back from it, and I was still really sick because of it.
And as her co-stars were being celebrated, Anne was attacked.
She is still one of the most hated celebrities in Hollywood.
Poor Anne Hathaway. They really, really don't like you.
They confirmed her deepest insecurities.
The title of it was Why Does Everybody Hate Anne Hathaway?
Despite the fact that she just won an Oscar, she's been getting so much angry scrutiny, perhaps more than any other actress working today.
And so how did you deal with all that? Well, I listened at first, and I couldn't help it. And you try to shut it off, and I couldn't.
But Anne realized what Hugh knew all along.
Learning to just let go of yourself, have fun, learning to trust your instincts and not be afraid of what other people think about that. These are tools for life.
I hadn't learned to love myself yet. And if you don't love yourself, when someone else says horrible things to you, a part of you is always going to believe them.
When she stopped letting others define her, she found her true self.
I don't want to believe these people. I want to figure out who I am. I don't want to feel like I'm fragile every time I leave the house because I'm so dependent on what other people think about me.
Through her healing, Anne was able to follow in Hugh's footsteps.
Look what's happened to you. You've gotten married.
Yeah.
You had a baby.
Yes. I didn't realize I was keeping a part of myself protected. You know, and it's kind of all on the line now. I'm his and he's mine.
She is the nicest, kindest young lady, and she's deserving of all the accolades and more.
How I am should come from me.
To this day, Anne and Hugh continue to support each other.
Which means a lot. She's an amazing woman.
He treats people with kindness and respect. He is unfailingly generous and full of gratitude. He is so much fun, and I say this with my whole heart. To know him is a joy.
Anne's story shows us that when you understand your own value, there's no limit to how far your dreams can take you.
What's life like now?
Simple.
Is it simple?
Life's really simple. Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel like I've arrived in a place where I have a tremendous amount of love and compassion for everyone else, and best of all, I have it for myself.